Stamattina mi sono alzato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Stamattina mi sono alzato.
This is Steve Zeltzer with WorkWeek, and war in the Ukraine, the invasion by Russia, and also the effort to spend $40 billion by the United States in more war weapons is meeting with opposition of workers around the world, including in Italy. And we're joined today by Roberto Luzzi, who is an international representative of Cobus. This is an Italian logistics workers union, rank and file independent workers union. And they were engaged in a protest today in Italy against the increased spending for the military in NATO. So welcome to WorkWeek, Roberto.
Oh, hi, Steve.
Maybe you can talk about what happened today, why your union has taken the action that it has against NATO, and what the war has meant for Italian working class and your members.
Today, a general strike has been called by several rank-and-file unions, among which Cobas, and we have prepared it with hundreds of assemblies in workplaces, so with the thousands of workers who have participated in discussions about the war and why we want to strike today against the war. So it has been also preparation work and sensibilization work on this issue among workers. And today we have made a strike in all over Italy, and with the demonstrations in several cities like Milan, Turin, Genova, Bologna, Naples, Rome, and we also have used this day for pickets in several workplaces where we have struggles going on, but always with war as a main issue. We are against our government participation in the war with sanctions, because sanctions are paid by workers both in Russia and also in Italy because of links, economic links between the two countries, and against, and it's a kind of war. It's a way to wage war also with the sanctions, and also against sending arms to Ukraine, to the Ukrainian government, which is also a government which is controlled by capitalists. Even though we have a solidarity with the Ukrainian people who are suffering most from this war, with destructions, with having to flee their homes, and with many people who have died. So we have millions of people, displaced people. So we have a solidarity, but not with their government. And then we are also strongly against the rearmament policy of the Italian government and the European governments, which is leading to a situation where these governments are preparing new and worse and larger wars.
And this United States just, as I said, passed a $40 billion expenditure, the Democrats and Republicans here, for more war weapons. At the same time, in the United States, working class can't afford housing, they can't afford health care. Workers are fighting to unionize at Amazon and other factories, Starbucks. It seems that the war that the United States wants and is engaged in is actually an attack on the working class in the United States. Is that the same in Italy, that this war is actually an attack on the working class in Italy?
Yes, it is the same also for Italy, because first of all, war means higher inflation. Inflation was starting even before the war, but has been accelerated, especially for foodstuff. Prices are increasing much more because of lack of grain from Ukraine and Russia. And so we are saying no weapons, less weapons, more wages, because we have a wage increase problem in Italy. So workers with the loss in their purchasing power are paying for this policy of rearmament. And we also have a European plan, which in Italy is the Recovery and Resilience Plan, with more than 200 billion euros, where expenditure is being shifted from social expenditure to armaments. And so we are fighting against this. In this sense, yes, war is being paid by workers, and we are against this.
And we're talking with Roberto Luzzi. He's the international representative of Cobus, which is a independent trade union, logistics union representing workers at Amazon, FedEx, and many other logistic factories in Italy. And the issue of the unions in the United States, the AFL-CIO is supporting the war. They take $75 million a year from the National Endowment for Democracy for their so-called Solidarity international operations, which support U.S. imperialism around the world. What is the situation with the major Italian unions as far as their position on the war?
Where their position is not as of full participation, full support to the government, but they have been supporting all government's policies, and they are tied especially to the Democratic Party, which is, also in the US, the most warmongering party in Italy right now. So they are not making strikes opposing the war as we are doing.
And your members have been fighting against increasing repression by the employers, the capitals, and the government. What's the situation of your members, particularly those immigrant members of your union who are fighting for labor rights, worker rights, and human rights?
There is increasing repression with a lot of workers and organizers who are charged with crimes because of picketing. Last days we have received a dozen more of these charges. Immigrant workers have problems, additional problems, because they are denying renewal of their permits, their working or residence permits. So they are blackmailed. If you go on participating in struggles, you can be sent back, lose your right to stay in Italy. Even maybe after 15 years they are in Italy, their children have been born in Italy, they are Italian, and they are threatened to be sent back to their countries.
And your union has been fighting for internationalism, to build an international labor movement. How do you see the fight for internationalism? Because war is an attack on working class around the world, as you've said in your report. How do you see building an international working class movement to fight against war, to fight against repression, and fight against the attacks by the capitalists on the working class globally?
Yes, we are working in this direction, but it is not easy, because war should unite workers against the war, but it's also divisive with some unions. We are in a network of unions, but some of them are supporting sending weapons to Ukraine, and this way they are supporting because at the beginning this war was mainly a war of invasion against Ukraine, and so we think there is also an issue of self-determination for the Ukrainian people, but now it is used especially by the US to strengthen its position not only against Russia. They want to weaken the Russian imperialism, the Russian state, but they are also using it against European governments, so that Germany, Italy have had to cut their ties with Russia and strengthen their ties with the US. And so it's an imperialist war, and we don't want to participate in this war and sending arms. They are not sending them to free the Ukrainian people. They are sending them to use the Ukrainian people as cannon fodder for their own imperialist interests. So we are against this.
And also in the United States, there's a growing rise of fascism. There's a concern of some trade unionists that the neo-Nazis or racists are going to Ukraine, being trained in the Ukrainian military, and then will come back here to the United States and commit racist or terrorist acts. Is there a concern in Italy about the danger of a rise of fascism and fascist elements being trained by the United States in Ukraine and for this war?
No, I don't think we have this problem here in Italy. But yes, we have a problem of fascists, but up to now they don't have the strength to attack our movement. So up to now we haven't had this problem in Italy. And the right is divided also on the issue of war, because also Putin has many links to the European right. So they are divided on this issue.
And you've taken this action today, national action in Italy against the war. What would you urge American workers to do to join you in this effort?
Yes, well, I think that also in the US there should be a movement against the war with the strike actions or any other kind of mobilization against the way the US is using this war for imperialist interests, which divides workers instead of uniting. While we think that there are two imperialist camps, but we have to create a third camp, which is the workers' camp of workers united against the war that are being waged by imperialist exploiters, which are struggling to have increase their the areas they exploit, to increase their exploitation. How you say? I don't find.
Well, the United States would like to take over Russia and the wealth of Russia. You know, that's
I don't think they can do this, but of course they want to take over also Eastern Europe, using this tension with Russia. Yes.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you very much for joining us. We've been talking with Roberto Luzzi. He is the international representative of Cobus, which is a militant, independent logistics union in Italy, and today they're taking action along with other workers to protest the war, sending arms to the Ukraine, and they're calling for unity of workers around the world against war and imperialism. So thanks for joining us on Work Week, Roberto.
Thank you for having me, Steve.